LeBron James turned 39 and is somehow still averaging 25 points per game.
There's no denying his greatness in terms of what he can do on the court.
In 2012, the basketball world was watching, waiting, and doubting. LeBron James, one of the most highly scrutinized superstars in the game, was facing the most pivotal moment of his career. A year earlier, he walked off the court in defeat, carrying the weight of criticism and the loud voices of doubt that questioned his ability to perform when it mattered most. Now, in 2012, everything was on the line. Was he going to prove everyone wrong, or was he destined to be a what-if player in NBA history? The backstory. The stakes couldn't have been higher for LeBron. In 2012, the expectations surrounding him were suffocating. The narrative had shifted from, how great can LeBron be, to, what if this is all he's ever going to achieve? Despite years of success, MVPs, and a nearly unmatched skill set, LeBron James, in the eyes of the basketball world, still had nothing to show for it. No championship. LeBron's critics had no mercy. After the Miami Heat's 2011 finals loss, sports analysts and fans alike began to pile on. He was labeled too passive, too afraid to take the last shot. The murmurs about his lack of killer instinct echoed across the league. Every playoff exit was another failed attempt, and every summer, the same question haunted him. Would he ever win the big one? As LeBron entered the 2012 season, he was already under the microscope. The expectations were relentless, but so was the pressure. For someone who had achieved so much in his career, yet was still constantly judged by the championship he hadn't won, 2012 was more than just a season. It was the defining moment, the 2011 collapse. The Miami Heat had formed a super team LeBron, Dwyane Wade, and Chris Bosh, and the promise was simple. A dynasty was coming. Miami entered the 2011 NBA Finals as heavy favorites. They were brimming with confidence, and LeBron was supposed to be the face of their dominance. However, when the finals began, the world witnessed a shocking turn. Instead of rising to the occasion, LeBron seemed to shrink under the spotlight. There were moments when he hesitated to take over, even when the game demanded it. On multiple occasions, LeBron had clear lanes to the basket, yet he passed the ball instead of attacking. The brightest lights of the finals exposed what many had feared. LeBron, despite his incredible physical gifts, still couldn't make the leap to greatness when it mattered most. LeBron's performance in the 2011 finals was a far cry from the expectations set for him. His scoring average was a modest 17.8 points per game. This was a player who had once averaged more than that in his second season in the league. The result? Miami lost to the Dallas Mavericks, and LeBron became the focal point of public scorn. His failure in the finals didn't just cost him a championship, it cost him his reputation. The road to redemption. In the aftermath of 2011, LeBron was left with the harsh reality that his greatness was still incomplete. He didn't shrink away from the criticism. He didn't hide behind excuses. LeBron took the failure head-on. He absorbed the blame and used it as fuel to rebuild himself, both physically and mentally. The 2011 to 2012 season was a turning point. LeBron didn't just want to prove the doubters wrong, he was determined to prove himself right. He spent countless hours in the gym working on his weaknesses, especially his post-game, where he had faltered in the previous finals. But perhaps the biggest shift wasn't in his physical skills, it was in his mindset. LeBron's approach to the game changed fundamentally. He no longer played to please the fans or the media. The relentless pressure to win now became the driving force behind his hunger for greatness. He stopped worrying about approval and started focusing on what he could control, his performance on the court. The 2012 transformation. As the 2012 season began, the world watched with bated breath. Would LeBron crumble under the pressure once again, or would he rise to meet it head-on? The change was evident from the very start. LeBron played with newfound confidence. He stopped forcing things and let the game come to him. He didn't rush possessions. He didn't try to prove he was the best player in the world. He just played like he already knew he was. LeBron's stats that season were staggering: 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. But more than the numbers, it was the way he played. He had developed a new level of control. If the opposing team collapsed on him, he made the right pass. If they gave him a lane, he attacked with precision and power. The LeBron of 2012 was no longer trying to prove his worth. He played like he had already claimed greatness. The playoffs proving his worth. The 2012 playoffs tested LeBron in ways no one could have predicted. In the first round, Miami faced the New York Knicks. LeBron played with poise and purpose. Every possession felt calculated. His defense was on another level, and he was no longer hesitant to take the big shot. Miami swept the Knicks in 5 games. The true test came in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Boston Celtics. The Celtics, with their experienced core of Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Rajon Rondo, were the last obstacle standing between LeBron and his first finals appearance with Miami. After falling down 3-2 in the series, LeBron rose to the challenge in Game 6. He put the team on his back, scoring 45 points and grabbing 15 rebounds, leading Miami to a Game 6 victory in Boston. This was the moment when everything changed. The questions about LeBron's ability to handle pressure were answered. He had faced the demons of his past and crushed them. There was no more doubt not after that game. LeBron had finally silenced his critics and emerged as the player he was always meant to be. The 2012 NBA Finals, Miami Heat versus Oklahoma City Thunder. The stage was set. The Miami Heat, led by LeBron James, were facing off against a rising powerhouse, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Oklahoma's trio of young superstars, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden, had taken the league by storm, making it clear that they were on the verge of something special. The Thunder had advanced to the finals with youthful exuberance and intensity, leaving a trail of dominance in their wake. LeBron, however, was entering this finals series with a different type of pressure. Despite his incredible individual success, he had yet to achieve the one thing that had eluded him for so long: an NBA championship. His first trip to the finals in 2007 ended in a painful sweep by the San Antonio Spurs, and his 2011 finals appearance was even more painful. Against the Dallas Mavericks, LeBron's struggles were exposed on the biggest stage, and the doubts about his ability to win a championship were louder than ever. But 2012 wasn't the same. LeBron had spent an entire year reflecting, growing, and learning from the failures of his past. The lessons learned from those painful moments fueled his determination. He wasn't chasing headlines anymore. He was chasing something more profound: redemption. The pressure and focus of LeBron James. Going into the 2012 finals, LeBron faced a daunting challenge: winning a championship and silencing the critics who had relentlessly questioned his legacy. The media was watching his every move, and the expectations were higher than ever. Many wondered if he could rise to the occasion, or if the ghosts of past failures would haunt him once more. But LeBron was different this time. His game was no longer about proving a point to others. It wasn't about chasing accolades. It was about achieving greatness on his own terms. He had matured as a player and as a person. He understood the importance of playing as a team and embracing the responsibilities of being the leader. LeBron's approach to the series was one of quiet confidence. He didn't force anything. He let the game come to him. He trusted his teammates, played within the system, and displayed the precision and focus that had become his trademark. He wasn't trying to chase headlines or make a statement. He was just playing the game the way it was meant to be played. The impact of the Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder, despite their youth, were a formidable force in the 2012 finals. Durant, Westbrook, and Harden were all playing at an elite level, each one capable of changing the course of a game. Durant, in particular, was playing with the type of confidence and skill that earned him the title of one of the league's top players. But while the Thunder were undeniably talented, they were still a young team. Their inexperience on the biggest stage of all began to show. As the finals progressed, LeBron and the Miami Heat capitalized on their poise and composure, while the Thunder struggled to match the intensity and focus required to win a championship. LeBron's impact in this series was undeniable. On both ends of the court, he controlled the pace of the game. Defensively, he guarded Durant, Westbrook, and even Harden, using his size, strength, and basketball IQ to disrupt Oklahoma City's offensive flow. Offensively, LeBron was efficient, scoring when needed, but also making the right plays for his teammates, always looking for the best possible option. The Finals MVP and his first championship. The Miami Heat went on to win the 2012 NBA Finals in 5 games, clinching the series 4-1. LeBron James was named the Finals MVP, and his performance in the series solidified his place in history as one of the greatest players of all time. For LeBron, the victory wasn't just about winning a championship. It was about proving to himself that he could overcome the adversity, the doubts, and the failures that had defined his career up until that point. He had faced the pressure, absorbed the criticism, and ultimately emerged as a champion. LeBron's performance in the finals was a testament to his growth as a player. He played with a sense of calm and composure that was unmatched. It was the culmination of years of work, both on and off the court. The transformation, more than just a title. LeBron James's 2012 NBA championship was not just a victory in the traditional sense, it marked a profound transformation. He had gone from being the most talented player in the league to being the most complete player in the league. His success in the 2012 finals was a reflection of everything he had learned from his past failures. In the aftermath of the championship, LeBron's transformation became even clearer. He wasn't just the player who had finally won an NBA title. He had become the player who had learned how to win the right way. He had embraced the role of a leader, a teammate, and a true champion. It wasn't about individual accolades anymore. It was about the success of the team and his ability to elevate those around him. The emotional moment. LeBron's victory. When LeBron finally lifted the Larry O'Brien trophy, it wasn't just a victory for him. It was a victory for everyone who had supported him along the way. The emotions were raw as he embraced his teammates and coaches. It was the culmination of years of hard work, sacrifice, and dedication. The pressure had been immense, but LeBron had risen to the occasion and delivered when it mattered most. For LeBron, the 2012 Finals victory marked a new chapter in his career. The doubts, the criticism, and the pressure had all been silenced. He had proven that he could win, not just as a great individual player, but as a champion and a leader. Conclusion: the legacy of 2012. 2012 wasn't just the year LeBron won his first NBA championship. It was the year he claimed his greatness. It was the season where all the doubts, the questions, and the failures were absorbed, transformed, and turned into one of the greatest seasons in NBA history. LeBron's performance in the 2012 Finals was a defining moment in his career, and one of the key reasons why he is now regarded as one of the greatest players to ever play the game. The 2012 Finals also marked the beginning of LeBron's journey as a true winner. It was the year he showed the world that greatness isn't just about talent, it's about perseverance, growth, and the ability to learn from failure. It wasn't just about winning a ring, it was about the evolution of LeBron James into the player we know today. When did LeBron James become an all-time great? When people ask when LeBron James became an all-time great, it wasn't his rookie season, his first MVP, or even his first finals appearance. It was 2012, the year LeBron faced his worst failure, accepted it, learned from it, and came back transformed. That was the year LeBron proved everyone wrong. Before 2012, LeBron had been seen as a player who couldn't get over the hump, a player who failed in crucial moments. But after that season, those doubts were put to rest. The 2012 championship was the turning point in LeBron's career, the moment he cemented his legacy as one of the greatest to ever play the game. His redemption was complete, and his place among the NBA's all-time greats was secured. 2012 was the year LeBron James found himself. It was the year he proved that greatness is earned, not given. And from that moment on, he was no longer just a talented player, he was a champion.